Hi guys! So, obviously, as you see, I'm holding a Murakami Louis Vuitton. Okay, so if you followed me, guys, you know already that I already did a unboxing, review, mud shots, history before. Okay, in this individual, the Speedy 30 and Judy MM. Okay, so these two I got from last year. Okay, so but the reason why I'm this out right now with me is because you know for a fact, if you are a collector, if you are into vintage history and Louis Vuitton, you know for a fact on 2025 they're gonna relaunch back the Murakami style. Okay, it means that the collaboration between Louis Vuitton and Japanese artist, contemporary artist Takashi Murakami will gonna happen again, and it's gonna release on 2025. So that's why I brought this out again. So let's talk about this, guys. And are you excited? Okay, so I don't know. A lot. Everybody is kind of like the collectors and luxury bag collectors are kind of like in between, or not sure if they should be excited or they should be like whatever. The reason is a lot are not a lot, but some are unhappy with the relaunch because they're kind of like discouraged on how the bag looks or how the style was. So basically, they kind of like change a little bit, and some they didn't made at all. Like the Judy, they didn't relaunch the Judy, and other styles of the Murakami bags before. Okay, also some also are contemplating just to buy the vintage like this because the quality is better, the leather type is better. And also then they said, I'm not sure, but this is what the vloggers are saying, which saw from their own eyes and touched the latest Murakami bag, the quality of the leather change. Okay, the canvas change, especially the type of leather. I don't know what exact they mean. It's kind of like softer compared to the old Murakami. Like this is kind of harder texture or harder material. But again, in the end of the day, you're the buyer. It's your choice. It's it's your decision, right? So I'm just here to talk about it. And if you ask me which one I choose, I will choose definitely all the way vintage. I love vintage all the way, guys. There's no question about that. It's because it's vintage. Again, the quality is better, and you cannot go wrong with that. Okay, probably the only cons before of the Murakami is because before when they made this, especially the white, the issue of the white one, especially the one who that is the first batch released 2003, because the Murakami came out 2003 and discontinued 2015. Okay, so Murakami and Louis Vuitton had a 12 years relationship, which is the longest collaboration relationship in the history of Louis Vuitton, and under Marc Jacobs, creative director of Louis Vuitton at the time. Okay, yes, Marc Jacobs worked for Louis Vuitton way back then before he launched his own company or products. Okay, so is the bleeding part problem of the red one. If you see the old vintage, some in this part here is discoloring, like color pink. There's like spreading because inside of the Murakami is inside is red color. Okay, it's kind of like Alcantara leather. It's kind of like suede feeling, but it's not suede. It's Alcantara leather. Kind of like you know looks like hairy. Okay, so yeah, that's also the latest now with the latest Murakami. It's not Alcantara leather anymore. They changed it, so you will not have to worry about the bleeding. Okay, now FYI, I stuffed my bag all the time because I always store this in so that I will not lose the shape. Okay, also the thing that they maintained also with the latest Speedy 30 Murakami is the trunk square side. They still have it, they put it, but the design of this front here is kind of like changed. So of course, if you are a vintage lover, or if you're used to with the Murakami style, you prefer the old design, right? But again, if you want those, just get the vintage ones. um I'm gonna show to you the pictures of upcoming Murakami Louis Vuitton. But first, let's talk about the prices. Okay, when it was discontinued for the first few years, I mean, it's kind of like the same pricing at that time, 2015, because sometimes people change their taste and what's the fad at that moment that year. So that's why probably they discontinued it, because 2000 era change, like during Paris Hilton time, Kardashian, that time they have this big bulky you know bags, especially Murakami. This is the in at that time, 2003 to 2010 ish, 2011, kind of like that. So slowly it diminished, slowly disappeared, the fadness of this design. So probably that's the reason why they took it off. But so quite a while, only few buys this as a second-hand market, or as a vintage later on, and people buys it only few years back because of as a collection, like me. Last year I just bought this because of curiosity and as a collectible item. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of it at first because it's too colorful. Like, it's too much in the eyes. I mean, it's hard for you to wear it or pair a certain clothes for it because it's too much. Okay, unless you pair or wear something that's plain, like what I'm wearing now. Because there's a green, there's a blue. So if I change this to a blue or a yellow coat, red coat, pink coat, that would be okay. Like now, I wore it today. It's a Christmas. I went for a Christmas party, so I wore this and this. So it really pairs really good, right? So it suits really for my outfit. And that's the good thing about it, because you can wear it for this occasion, holiday season, and it suits, okay? So that's the reason why I bought it before. It's for collection only, for me, for the sake I have it. So I only got white and black. I have no plan to buy more Murakami, even the latest Murakami. I'm not interested because I'm happy with the one white and one black. And I like the Judy style, that's why I got the Judy. And I'm a big fan of Speedy, so that's why I got Speedy. But wishing to have more Murakami, not really, because again, it's colorful. It's not for every occasion, except for holiday like today. So this is the time to shine for Murakami holiday season. Red or green, blue, whatever, it suits. And it's because of relaunched of Murakami. Speaking of the prices, immediately the second-hand market for Murakami suddenly skyrocketed and the prices went up. Last year, I just got this for a cheaper price because it's discontinued and it's not really, it's just collectible item. It's not much as looking for it. It's just there, but it's not as people is not as crazy about it. But now, because people knows that Murakami is relaunching next year, 2025, then people are buying it like crazy because they don't want to buy the latest one because it's so expensive and it's impractical. So they went ahead and buy secondhand market. So in secondhand market, usually it runs around $1,000+. Okay, so it's only often you can get 2,000 for this, and no, and you can get lesser $1,000. Depends on the condition of the bag. Sometimes there's a lot of damage or markings or scratches. That's the time it goes down to $1,000. But usually, good condition bag like this, there's no issues, discolorations, it runs $1,000+. So I can resell this right now, and I will get a lot of money, more than I paid for this last year, because it's popular now and skyrocketing the price, especially next year when the latest Murakami is coming out. Then the more the prices of this will goes up. Okay, so that's why vintage bags and especially luxury bags are also kind of considered investment. For me, not as investment as gold, but in the end of the day, if you're a fancy girl, if you likes to collect bags, better to collect bags that has good amount of money back guarantee, like Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Hermes, Dior. So yeah, those are the bags that are good investment for if you just loves bag. Okay, now let's talk about the latest Murakami bags. So this is never full, obviously. So they just added extra design, which is flower painted or whatever, from Murakami, and this is gonna be the latest. What you're gonna see tag inside. Okay, so nowadays bags of Louis Vuitton is microchip, not anymore those date code that you can find in the leather. So it's more on microchip and scanning just to avoid fake ones. Okay, so of course the vintage Murakami, you have to look for the date code, which you can find on the Alcantara leather, which is so hard to find because the Alcantara leather is just like a suede and it's kind of like hairy, so it's hard to dig in for the um, date code unless you know exactly where to find it. Okay, now this is the latest one with the X Murakami. As you see guys, the design, you've seen this design already from former designs. This on the go and this east west, but before it, the color usually they used a monogram and a bin. Okay, however the on the go usually it's the double, which the reverse color, but this one the difference is they just put the Murakami color. That on the go is 3,550. The east west is 3,950. Another one, of course, the BB Cuisine and Nano Speedy. Cuisine BB is 4,950. Speedy, Nano Speedy is 2,270. So again, multicolor monogram. So this is the Speedy 30 now guys. As you see, this one disappeared. The lock here is gone. Also, of course, they maintained the hardware on the side here, the bottom square trunk. Okay, so they lose this already, which is one of the iconic, which is this one. The lock and key on this is gone. Okay, so which you have to lock here. Okay, these two is gone. Okay, and of course they had to replace it with a silver lock, so they didn't use the gold traditional lock of iconic lock of Louis Vuitton, which is a lot of people doesn't like the idea of that because they like the old traditional Louis Vuitton locks. Okay, but I mean, you know, things change, I guess. I mean, for modern thing-ish, whatever. So I know, probably if you just want to change the lock by yourself, you know. But the problem is, of course, the color at the bottom is silver. It's not the gold color. So okay, back now at the bottom is the pochette. Okay, so as you see guys, this pricing here 4,300. This is 2,100. It's ridiculous. Speedy 30 is 4,300. And last year when I went to Louis Vuitton store in Las Vegas, I paid for Speedy 30 bandolier for around 2,000 plus. Okay, because their prices goes up and up and up and up as well. And also we have this LV twist. The difference is the twist, they put Murakami multicolor there, and also the soft Dauphine GM. So 5,000 grand. Ooh. Usually Dauphine they put that reverse monogram color. So this time it's the multicolor for Murakami. And now we have Capucine here, which is one of the popular in Louis Vuitton as well because it's very fancy and very chic, formal, elegant. All right, so they also have it for 6,850, but with those flower design, which is for me, I don't like it because it's kind of like very kiddish. I don't know, it's not for me. I'm more on like the plain cut. Okay, next we have there the Speedy bandolier. I have Speedy bandolier 30, which is bandolier means shoulder strap. That's the meaning of bandolier. So it means you have to have these straps here to put it cross body. And they have on the Speedy 20. Usually Speedy 20 is not, for nowadays there's no Speedy 20, it's Speedy 20. Now they put Speedy 20. They relaunched the Speedy 20 because they discontinued that. We have 25 but no 20. And so they got it for 2,830 with this colorful flower-ish, which I'm not a big fan. Also they have a on-the-go PM chain for 4,050. They have the Keepal 45, which is 5,050. So Keepal is kind of cute, the black, very manly, except for the panda bear. I don't know, I'm just not a big fan for that. I mean, I understand it's Murakami, that's why there's a art-ish there because of Murakami, but again, that's just me. I'm not a big fan of panda, flower-ish, or whatever. And for 5,050. And also this pochette. Pochette is very popular because it's very tiny and you just carry it. And usually in secondhand market, the regular pochette, which is the monogram like this, it runs around 1,000 plus sometimes, and or almost 1,000 for a small pochette that you just put it on your shoulder, whatever. And of course with this panda thing here, no, I don't know. And that's for 2,100. Just go ahead and get you a second-hand market. Oh my goodness. Now this one, they have this Murakami Capucine for a BB, smaller, and for 7,450. I mean, it's cute, but again, I prefer the regular Capucine, which is without the design of multicolor, because for me the design is very elegant and very chic and very formal. So putting those stuffs there, it takes away the purpose of that design. It's kind of, for me, it's dirty. Or maybe I'm just old and I don't have sense or fashion. I don't know. Now this one is Murakami All In BB 2830. All in, I don't know why they call it all in, probably. You put it inside, everything, all in, but it's a BB. BB is a tiny one. So, yeah, BB is the smallest size. MM, next is PM, and then next MM, next GM. So BB is the tiniest. So probably, I don't know why they call it all in. So that's kind of weird. But it's 2,830. But I'm not a big fan of the design. It's just like, I don't know. So also they said the starting release of the new Murakami launch 2025 would be January 2025. Okay? Starting means limited only, and only few people are allowed, which is the special buyer, are allowed to buy it. So when you buy in Louis Vuitton store, like me when I bought, they will have your email ad, and they will see how much purchase you did already for years and years. And that's their base to contact you if you want to buy the latest one, or if you are in the first lineup for January purchase. So in January, they're gonna start first in a certain, those bags that I mentioned a while ago. Those are the first launch. Then the second batch will be different. I guess, I don't know if a different design or the same design with the different batch of the same design or new design. Who knows? But starts in January, and then the next relaunch will be following month or months from that day, from that month. Who knows, February or March? Who knows? Okay. So yeah, for me, I'm not interested really. Yeah, I didn't buy a lot from them anyway, so they were not gonna contact me. So yeah, that's the latest of Murakami Louis Vuitton gossip. So yeah, I shared you some teas. So that's all I know from now, and I'm gonna share to you more next time. Thank you for watching.